Yo guys, what's up? Welcome to EduSelf. Today we're at Chester Zoo, okay, and we're going to try and talk about some components for fitness while we go around and look at some animals, give you some examples through them as well. Maybe talk about methods of training in this video, so I'll get some good footage and then I'll do the audio later. So, see ya!
So yeah, I thought to myself, go Chester Zoo, I'm going to catch a cheetah running as fast as I can, but I got that instead, just him licking himself. Did manage to get a little bit of movement, you see him coming through in a second. Cheetahs, fastest animal on the planet, okay? Now the reason they are is because they can cover a set distance in the fastest time possible. What is important to remember that cheetahs do not have good agility, so they cannot change direction very quickly whilst keeping control of their body. That's why gazelles can get away, because gazelles have great agility. Next animal should pop up in a second, and it's a sloth. There he is. Hopefully, I don't think he is scratching himself in the private parts. I think he is just scratching his legs. I caught this sloth because I looked at him and I thought, do you know what? That sloth has got great muscular endurance. He's able to hang there using his body weight for a long period of time, so his muscles are under tension for a long period of time, proving that he's got great muscular endurance. Next component of fitness is muscular strength. Now elephants, you know they're strong, you see videos of them lifting up big logs and stuff like that. That's because their muscles can exert a maximum force at a given point against a resistance. So that's why I want to talk about muscular strength with elephants. What you will notice is that elephants aren't exactly the fastest animal, also haven't got great aerobic endurance. Now you know they haven't got good aerobic endurance because they can't run for a long period of time. So yeah, that's important to remember, because if they can't run for more than 30 minutes, they're not really going to be using their aerobic endurance. The most you'll see an elephant run is about a minute or 2 minutes. Next animal, king of the jungle. There he is, look at him, all sleepy. Again, I thought I'd go to the zoo. All these animals are going to be lively, but I think it was their rest day. I think the zookeepers have put something in their food in the morning and they're all tired. Look at him having a little stretch in the background. But what I want to talk about with these is their reaction time. Now the reason that they're known as the king of the jungle is because their reaction time is incredibly quick. So let's say that they're ready to pounce on their prey. They'll be waiting in the grass, and then all of a sudden, as soon as their prey starts to move, they can react to that stimulus, the stimulus being the prey at the time, and they can pounce on them to get their food and their dinner. Again, they've got good speed, they've got good agility, and that's why they're kings of the jungle. Good aerobic endurance, because they can run for a long period of time to make sure that they're catching their animals. Again, with the next animal, which was the rhino, decided to have a little sleep that day. Didn't want to show any of its components for fitness, but the main component I want to talk about here is power and body composition. It's got a lot of power because it can exert a lot of strength and speed at the same time, and then body composition. Although it looks very fat, it's not. It's actually muscle, so it's got a very low fat ratio. Balance. Now there's two types of balance, we know this. There's static and there's dynamic. Static being stationary. As you can see, these flamingos are very good at balancing over a base of support, keeping control of their body over that base of support. Look at that duck in the background. Get away, duck. No one wants to see you. Try and blend in. You're not pink. Anyway, you see these flamingos on one leg over a base of support. So that is static because they're staying still and they're keeping control of their body over that one leg. The next video is very quick because the zookeeper coming. I don't want to put her in this video. So the next video is actually dynamic, and you look at King Julian. The lemur's about to pop up. There he is. You see him jumping and they're maintaining balance whilst moving. Okay, so that jump there maintains their balance. Chimps. Okay, they've got great flexibility and great coordination. If you've seen Tarzan, I'm sure you've seen him swinging through the trees. They need to be able to move their joints to a full range of motion, and also move two or more body parts at the same time whilst under control, so they can grab that next vine. Right guys, it's been EduSelf. That was my day out at Chester Zoo. I hope some of the examples that I've given you through animals may help you remember what you need to for your exams. Okay, see Chester Zoo behind me. There it is. And I'm now going home. See ya! Right guys, this is just a little disclaimer here. Now I can imagine teachers watching this video around the country going absolutely mental. Okay, saying what's he doing talking about lions and lemurs? How does that relate to sport? Now it doesn't, But if it's going to help you remember the components of fitness, then that's fantastic. Everyone learns differently. It's just a different method to learn the components of fitness and their definitions, okay? Now, obviously, if you're going to talk about speed, talk about sprinters. If you're going to talk about muscular endurance, talk about boxers, all right? But the idea is that if you want to remember speed, all you do is you look at a cheetah and you say, right, they're the fastest because they can cover that distance in the fastest time possible. And then you say, instead of using the word cheetah, you use the word sprinter, okay? It's just a different method of making you learn and understand the different components of fitness, all right? See ya!